Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unleashing Brilliance. It's wonderful to have you here. And today's episode is a big one. It's a powerful one. And if I'm honest, it's also deeply personal because we're talking about worth. I'm talking about your worth. I'm talking about how you show it, how you protect it, and how you lead with it. Especially when the world around us is so noisy and chaotic and telling you to do the exact opposite. Now, if you followed me for a while, you've probably heard me talk about my eldest son, Flynn. Flynn is now 21, but I still remember that cheeky, deep-thinking little boy who wouldn't eat his lunch until the last piece of his jigsaw was perfectly placed. This was the kid who would cling to me at daycare, at drop-off when I was trying to leave to go to work. And this is the little boy who would build Lego, spending time drawing or reading instead of kicking the footy around like everyone else. You know, he's always danced to the beat of his own drum, and that's something that I really love about him. But like so many people during the pandemic, COVID hit him really hard. He was in his final years of school. Here in Australia, we call it the HSC here in New South Wales. And if I'm really honest, those last couple of years for him were brutal. He lost his confidence. He lost his drive. We weren't pushing him for perfect marks because, to be honest, we just wanted him to finish. We wanted him to still be here. You know, it didn't help that he was doing creative subjects, those subjects that actually require a little bit of motivation, of inspiration to be able to do those large, big projects that are part of the final result. There was nothing creative for him sitting in his room, being confined with very little input from a creative perspective. And as I said, we just wanted him to still be here at the end of those school years. And he did. He finished and he didn't have any uni plans, no big dreams. And so we said, come on, mate, you got to get a job. And he did, with his thank you for opportunity attitude that I've taught him. And if you look back at some of these past episodes, I talk about the thank you for and how important it is. He actually secured a casual job in a high-end fashion retailing chain. And he was one of the first of his age to actually be hired there, which was really awesome. Now, fast forward a couple of years, and that creative spark started flickering again. For him, it was fashion, it was buying, it was brand building. This is the kid who used to lie on the floor at Target pairing outfits for fun. You know, we suddenly saw the light fire up again. We suddenly saw that fire in his belly take off. And what he did at the time is he applied for a uni degree. And he was accepted into a fashion and brand management course. He was one of only a few boys that actually became part of that cohort. And once again, Flynn didn't care. Then came his second year of uni and the opportunity for an internship. And he started a 6-month internship at an online fashion retailing brand. And a new boss started who became a mentor of his. A man who Flynn admired. He was successful, creative, a family man. Flynn was inspired by the journey of this guy and how he developed his own career. And we were talking about it over dinner one night. And I said to Flynn, reach out, ask him for advice. And Flynn looked at me and said, why would he want to talk to me? Sound familiar? Because that doubt, that internal voice that tells us we are not enough, I hear it all the time. It's not just a teenager thing. I see it in boardrooms. I hear it from business owners. I feel it from women who are exceptional, and yet they question their worth every single day. But with a little nudge from me, let's be honest, maybe it was a bit of a push, I encouraged Flynn to reach out with a message. The message that Flynn sent was one of, hey, I really love what you're doing. I'm wondering if you'd fancy having a coffee with me because I'd love to ask you, what advice would you give someone like me wanting to build a career in buying? A week later, the coffee happened. And after that, the boss actually said to him, "Hey, Flynn, you do know there's some job opportunities opening up here." Flynn applied. 3 months into his internship, Flynn had an interview with 3 general managers on the panel. He prepped like a pro. We even brought in one of my inner circle alumni who ran a mock interview and gave him a couple of tips around questions. Flynn got the job. The HR director said to him, "We've never done this before, but you stood out, Flynn. You took the initiative. You followed up. We saw the person that you are." Now, here's the lesson here. It's not just about proud mama moments, although I have to say I've got a few of those right now. Flynn didn't stand out because of his grades or a polished resume or a linear path. He stood out because he trusted himself. He reached out, as petrified as he was, as nervous as he was, as much as there was so much self-doubting going on, he reached out. He asked the question. He showed up with heart, with humility, and with conviction. And that is the shift that I want to talk about today. The worth shift. Because in a world that's loud and fast and obsessed with more, the businesses that are thriving, they're not the loudest. They're the clearest, the boldest, the most unforgettable. There's a slide I use in my keynotes at the moment, and it always lands with a bang. And it says, "You are not here to be affordable. You're here to be unforgettable." Because here's the thing, too many of you are shrinking, you're discounting, you're chasing, you're hustling harder, not because it works, but because you're afraid of what might happen if you stop. Now, I've been thinking a lot about this lately, and as I've been reflecting on Flynn's journey over the last 6 months, it got me thinking about physics. Now, I know, a little bit crazy, but bear with me. Because thinking about physics, there's 2 things that happen to both get something moving and to keep something in momentum. In physics, force is what gets something moving, the hustle, the action, but it's power that sustains it. Power is the energy behind movement. It's the thing that keeps you going with intention and impact. And when I look around right now, what I'm seeing in business is a whole lot of force in the marketplace. The frantic proposals, the panicked price cuts, the saying yes to everything mindset. It's draining, it's reactive, and it's short term. It is not sustainable because force will burn you out. It also attracts the wrong clients, and it disconnects you from your true value. If we think about power, on the other hand, that's a different kind of energy. Power is grounded. It's internal. It's full of conviction. It's knowing what you bring, and it's about showing up like it matters. If you've been attracting the wrong people, if you've been doubting your value, diluting your message, if you've been working harder and earning less, then you don't need to work harder. You need to step into your power. You need to do this worth shift. So today, I want you to make this shift. I want you to shift from force, from push, from pull, from hustle to conviction around power, for stepping into it. From this groundedness, this conviction, this grace, this wonderful courage. I want you to think about moving from reactive to intentional, from affordable to unforgettable. And here's how. It's about owning your worth with conviction and stopping asking for permission. I want you to start claiming your value. It's about protecting your energy. We want to take price off the table so that you lead with impact and in the knowledge of what it is that you do and the shift that you make for other people. It's about attracting clients who get it. Those clients that align to your pricing are the people that you want to serve and the people that value you. And it's about positioning yourself as the expert that you are, because you've earned this. Your pricing, your worth has to reflect your mastery. And it's about creating space for strategic growth. I'm talking more margin, more clarity, and more brilliance. Here's the thing. The moment you stop questioning your worth and start leading with it, absolutely everything changes, like it did for Flynn. The moment he stopped questioning his worth, he stepped into his conviction, he reached out, he asked for help, he turned up with courage and bravery. That is the moment everything changed. So here's your challenge for this week. What is one thing, what is one action that you can take this week to show up in your power? Is it about making that phone call, saying no to a misaligned opportunity? Is it about having the bravery to have that conversation? Whatever it is, take it. Please, if you've loved this episode, tag me, share the episode with someone else who needs to hear it today. And I'd love you to leave a review because that's the way that we get these messages out wider and broader. And remember, you're here because of the work that you do. This is about you owning your worth and the very impact that you're here to make. Because you're not here to be affordable. You're here to be unforgettable. Until next time, stay bold, stay brilliant, and stay in your power. I'll see you next week.